Are we too good to tank or not good enough at tanking?
Sucker blood. I want to overact.
What was that? This is gonna be a good year. Not too shabby. The best game ever. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hawks Recap. Game 37 has just concluded and the Hawks win. They beat the Dallas Stars in Dallas by a score of 5-2. Don't let the score fool you though. This was a very close game. It was 3-2 and then there was two empty netters that the Hawks got to kind of balloon that score. But the Hawks get their second win in a row, which I'm a little bit confused by because I didn't think you could go on a streak without losing. Apparently there's a good type of streak, and we're on one now, so it's kind of nice. It's also interesting that we've won these two games, and the two games that we haven't had Yoki Haru because he's out for the World Junior Championships. I'm going to say that's just a coincidence, though. Hopefully. So Cam Ward getting the start in net, second game in a row, because Crawford is injured with a concussion. Kind of begs the question, though, of who's going to get the start against Colorado in the back end of this back-to-back here. You'd think it would be Delia, because that's just kind of the natural thing. You just play one goalie one night, the other goalie the next. But Dallas has a good top line, don't get me wrong, but Colorado's top line is just on another planet this year. And I don't know if we want to throw Delia at that fire. But that's another game. Let's talk about this game. Blackhawks, first period, could have started off pretty poorly for the Hawks. There was a puck that squeaked by Cam Ward 15 seconds into the game that Gustafsson had to clear off the line. Could have very easily been 1-0 very early for Dallas. And, well, we've seen Hawks start off really poorly in the first period before, and this could have very easily have been another one of those games. But thankfully it didn't, and thankfully it actually went the other way. A minute in, Jakubczak puts the Hawks on the board first. Offensive zone face-off, Kampf wins it, and Jakubczak gets the puck with a little help from Sekera, unleashes a quick little wrister, quick release. I don't think Bishop really ever saw this puck, hits the back of the net, and the Hawks are up 1-0 1 minute into this game. Now the Stars end up outshooting the Hawks 14-12 in that first period, so Cam Ward had to be solid in net, and he was. He made a lot of good saves, but I feel like the Hawks actually played a pretty good defensive game in that first period. The Stars got shots, but they weren't really high danger shots, or there weren't a lot of high danger shots, and if there weren't any second chances. The Hawks did a good job not allowing the Stars to get quick second chance rebounds or whatever. They did a good job clearing the puck away. Stars had a couple shots that they redirected just wide, but I mean that happens, and Hawks go on the power play 17 minutes into this first period, and for the second game in a row, get a power play goal, this time thanks to Gustafsson, who has a nice little give and go with Jakubczak and just blows it by a Bishop. It's 2-0 going into the second period. In the second period, you expect the Stars to kind of push back, and they do, but not before the Hawks strike first. 2 minutes into the second period, Connor Murphy gets the puck up to Anisimov, who then gets the puck over to Kane, who blows by the defender, who seems to be just standing flat-footed in the defensive zone. Kane blows by him, backhand, gets it by Bishop, and it's 3-0 Hawks early in the second period, and I literally cannot remember the last time the Hawks have had a 3-goal lead. I don't even know what to do with myself right now. About 8 minutes into the second period, the Stars would get on the board for their first goal of the game. They have puck possession in the offensive zone, puck below the goal line, and I don't know if it was just miscommunication or whatever, just a breakdown in defensive zone coverage, leaves Sagan wide open, well, not really wide open, but enough space in the slot area, and, well, he's not a player you really want to give a lot of space in the slot area. He pots home the puck, and it's a 3-1 game. And thankfully, the Hawks don't allow the Stars to score any more in that second period. Cam Ward made a lot of good stops, and they played well enough to go into the third period with a 2-goal lead. In the third period, the Hawks seem to come out with the right mentality. They're playing smart hockey. They're playing defensive. They look like they want to win this game. But then 6 minutes into the third period, Cam Ward makes a mistake. He goes to cover the puck up and just misses it. And so then the puck is laying in the crease all alone, and, well, the Stars jump on it, and it's now 3-2. It's a one-goal game all of a sudden, and the Stars have scored the last 2 goals, and, oh boy, here we go. Thankfully, though, the Hawks continue to play with a good mentality. They're playing smart. They're playing defensive. They're not giving any easy opportunities to the Stars, which is important. Because it's one thing for the Stars or your opponent to just beat you with a good play or a good shot or whatever. And that's one thing to really just kind of let them have chances. And for the most part this season, the Hawks have really let teams have really good chances. But in this game, in this third period, they didn't give away anything. And it looks like in these last couple games here, the last week or so here, it seems like the Hawks have kind of turned a corner defensively. It looks like things are making sense in defensive zone coverage. They're passing people off correctly. They're picking up the right guys. It just looks a lot more fluid than it was for a while, especially the early days of the Jeremy Colleton era. But it really just looked like they wanted it in this third period. They outshot the Stars 11-4 in this third period, and they were up 2 goals going into it. You'd expect the team down to be pushing and getting more chances, but the Hawks, flipped the script there. Now, the Stars would have some good looks in that third period, including one where the ice got painted red from Connor Murphy getting a face full of elbow. But Cam Ward came up big in each of those situations, keeping his team in front by a goal, and his team in front of him would reward him by scoring 2 empty net goals, one from Kane, one from Perlini, and the Hawks get a very, very nice 5-2 victory. Now, looking at the box score here, there's one thing that really jumps out, and that's the Stars having 24 giveaways in this game. That's a lot. I mean, when we're harping on the Hawks, especially earlier this season with giveaway numbers, they're usually like mid to high teens. And that's bad. The Stars had 24 in this game. It's a credit to the Hawks. They did a good job forechecking, getting sticks on the puck, making life tough for the Stars. But the Stars also they didn't really help themselves in this game at all. And the Stars are they're a weird team. They're a weird team every single year. It looks like they have a good summer, a good off season. It looks like they're going to take the next step, get into the playoffs, maybe, get into the second round of the playoffs. I don't know. But then time and time again, they just fall apart. Something's just not translating to the ice for them. I don't know what it is. But they're just not getting the results. But that's their problem to worry about. The Hawks' problem to worry about now is who's going to be starting in net against the Avalanche in the back end of this back-to-back. Are they going to throw Delia at that fire, at that madness of a first line? Or are they going to have Cam Ward start for the second straight night? I'm not quite sure what I'd do. I don't really know. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know down in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate that as always, but most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.